What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to your channel. For today's video, we actually have a sit down and address the camera style video. I don't really make these much anymore. But today we're doing a Q&A. I haven't done one since I retired. And I wanted to kind of just sit down and answer some questions that you guys may or may not have. Obviously, if you're living under a rock or have no idea, I am no longer competing in Call of Duty. So I wanted to just kind of give my thoughts about that. After announcing it, some time has passed where I'm at mentally, as well as some other cool stuff. I tried to get as many as I could without repeating, because I've done Q&As before in the past and answered a bunch of questions. So I tried not to get anything that I had answered previously in a video. But without further ado, we have a decent amount, so we're gonna jump straight in. Off rip, Envoy, great name. He asks, how's retirement so far? What is your all-time favorite moment during your career? Retirement thus far, it really doesn't feel any different than if I was still competing. The season hasn't started, so I'm essentially doing the exact same thing that I would be doing even if I was playing next year. So I think that like the real kicker is going to be when like matches start and scrims start and I'm just playing pubs, hanging out on stream. I think that's really when it'll start to kick in a little bit. But as of right now, I haven't noticed a huge mental shift other than obviously like moving home and being able to spend time with my family. I think that's like the number one thing, but overall mentality really hasn't shifted that much yet. And my favorite career moment is definitely winning champs. I mean, that's just like the freebie answer, to be honest. Yeah. Next one from Drew. Biggest what if moment of my career. I definitely have a couple of them. The ones that jump out to me immediately are if I didn't leave LG in World War II for Optic. Could we have potentially won champs that year or made a splash at the events towards the end of the season, because we were very good. So that one right there. There was a couple, not to call out anyone, Danny, Looney, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. What if Dan heat waved stage 1 playoffs? If you guys know, then you know. What if we actually didn't lose to TK in New Orleans, World War II? A lot of World War II ones in here. What if I had joined the Dallas Empire going into the Modern Warfare off season instead of being on Seattle? There's a lot. There's a lot. Up next, we have Vanderwerf, another good one. Would you have kept playing if this year's COD was AW2? If there was jetpacks, I would have continued to play. I think that's like the one caveat that I've been giving people. Like if jetpacks ever manage to sneak their way back into the competitive cycle, yeah, I'll crawl out from under my retirement rock for that. Another one, Pickle Rick. Let's go. Who would win this 1v1 on MW2? Classic, not current. Okay, we got the good game. IW Octane or Vanguard Octane. Bonus question, which player in the CDL right now do you think is the most underrated? IW Octane, because I was shooting way straighter back then. I think I'm a better player now, but I was shooting straighter back then. And then bonus question, who I think is the most underrated. I would probably have to say someone from New York, even if they did win champs. I think going into the season, everyone had them pretty underrated. Everyone thought that they were going to make changes and split up. So my immediate reaction is Kismet, but everyone kind of knows that now. So I don't know if that's really an apt answer here. You know what? No, I'm going to lock my answer. I'm still going Kismet because people don't give him the respect that he deserves. Up next, we got Skirt. Shout out CDL. Of the remaining free agents, who would you be surprised to see not picked up by one of the remaining unannounced teams? Standy, without a doubt. I think there's like a rumor going around that he's linked with Clay and attached, so I doubt that he's not picked up. Another name would be Donnie, either Temp. I think that he, as far as I know, the offseason rumors are moving kind of slow right now. But I think if Standy or Temp don't end up on a roster, I would be genuinely surprised by that. Dottie up next. If you could go pro in any game, what would it be other than Call of Duty? League of Legends, without a doubt, or Counter-Strike. Actually, probably Counter-Strike. I feel, dude, the atmosphere of watching highly competitive Counter-Strike or like a CSGO major final between just like two unbelievable teams, like the atmosphere of a CSGO venue, I've never been, but even like when I'm just sitting at home watching, it seems just unbelievable. And the same thing for League of Legends. But I think if I were to answer League, the reasoning would be just how huge League is an esport, like across the world. Like watching League of Legends, every country has a League team. Every country is just in love with League of Legends. So plus I've been playing it for like 17 years or something. So up next, we got Sully. If you could go back and pick up one person for any team you were on any game, who... Wait, what the... Okay, so I get to pick whatever I want. Which team would you choose and who would you pick up? I could pick up anyone on any game. I mean, I'm just going to like... No, because like I want to give myself a realistic chance to win. I'm not just going to like grab AW Seth because like... Or AW Scump because we wouldn't have won anything. Realistic. Who could I have gotten and won? I mean, the answer that... sorry, Zen. The answer immediately is like Zuma or John in AW, or in World War II, excuse me. Before that, let me think. Maybe Gunless and IW, because that almost did happen. If you guys are boomers like I am, you guys remember that whole situation when we tried to get Gunless for Saints. I think those are the two that really jump out to me immediately. Next question coming in from Nicola. Do you think they should do a forced 3 or 4 gun meta? Make pros use 3 to 4 different guns when playing. It might not be as competitive, but also the most competitive would be everyone using the same gun. Even playing field won't do that already. I don't think they would force it because we've tried something like that with like weapon draft and IW. If you guys remember that didn't even last one day. Like we went into the tournament knowing we were going to play weapon draft, and then like literally the day the tournament started, we were like, yeah, this is a terrible idea. I'm a huge fan of 3-gun metas though, as well as multi-gun metas, meaning things like Black Ops 3 where you had a lot of viable ARs or subs or whatever. But I think that Call of Duty is at its peak when there's a 3-gun meta, when you have that second AR. So I'm a huge fan of it. I don't think they would force it in any way, because forcing a meta just isn't great. If it happens naturally, then it will. But next one from Gramps. Other than the obvious answer of champs, what tournament win felt the best? 100% 2019 London. First 100 Thieves event win in any esport, the org's history. That was the first time that they had won anything. That was a huge tournament for me. That was the best crowd I've ever played in front of in my life. It was in the Copper Box. Shout out to London. We got to go back for at least an event. It doesn't have to be champs, but like we got to go back. Warzone had an event there. Like we got to go back. Next question from T King. How does it feel to be out of the league and a full-time content creator? I kind of answered this one already, but it's a very strange feeling so far. Nothing has really changed. I think I should probably refilm this video after the season starts, because I think my answer will definitely change. But as of now, I'm streaming and making content and doing the things that I would be doing regardless if I were competing next year or not. So like I said, answer is pretty much the same as the first question of the video. KJ, go fuck yourself. If you could replay one series in your career, which one would it be? The easy answer here is Grand Finals of Champs in Black Ops 4. Try to force that second best of 5, and hopefully we don't throw the Arsenal hardpoint game 4. Another answer would be TK in World War II when we played them in New Orleans Grand Finals. I think both of those are probably 1 and 2, so Ken can stop talking shit to me about beating me in a final. Next one from Badass Army. What is your favorite childhood video game? I have a couple of them. If you guys haven't noticed the background of my office, I'll let you guys use your eyeballs for that one. Next up, we have Nurple. What's your favorite band of all time and as of recently? Favorite band of all time is Coheed and Cambria. A lot of people don't know who they are, but you know what? That's fine. And then as of recently would probably be either Ice Nine Kills or Fit for a King. Next one coming from Strawberries. Strawberries, excuse me. Forgot the first name. Who were the top 2 teams heading into Modern Warfare 3 talent-wise? Easy answer here is FaZe, number 1. And then number 2, I think, could be a potential toss-up. I think in terms of skill ceiling, we have to take Optic here. I think that they have one of the highest upsides if all 4 of their players are playing well. Just in terms of like pure slaying ability and talent. Which I think he's asking me. So I'm going to go FaZe and Optic here. If he didn't put talent-wise on here, I might change my answer, but he said talent, so we're going to go Optic and FaZe. Next one from Phantoms. What was your favorite COD to play competitively? Hands down, Black Ops 3. That is the best competitive Call of Duty that we have ever played. I wish we had more events. I wish that Ban and Protect was the thing. I think that year was you had organizations coming that have never touched COD since. Unfortunately, Cloud9, TSM, TL, etc., CLG. That was a year that competitive Call of Duty really took that next step. Plus, it was incredible maps. You had Fringe, you had Breach, you had all these things. Jetpacks were great. The gun meta was phenomenal. I think the only other answer here would be Black Ops 2, but jetpacks are lit. So next one from Uptown Funk 45. Shout out Bruno Mars. If you could change your gamer tag to anything else, what would it be? I think I would change it to LaRue, just my last name. Every time that I see Nadeshot, he tells me that I should have changed my name a long time ago to LaRue. And honestly, I love my last name, so I probably would pick that. The only reason my name is Octane is I named myself after a ghost map. So next question coming in from Rajic. If you could have stayed with LAT, what would have been the roster? I don't think I can really answer this with 100% certainty. I don't know if we would have made any roster changes or if I would have stayed on the team, if I would have got like a crazy offer that I couldn't refuse kind of thing. I think if any of my ex-teammates had taken offers, like Dill would have gone to Toronto, Ken to Optic still. Like, we don't really know the landscape of it, so it's kind of a hard question to answer. I apologize. I wish I could answer it. But but it's just such like a what if hypothetical that I really couldn't even begin couldn't even begin to answer the question correctly, to be honest. Next one, Intel, and last one, I think, Intel, LA Thieves. What's the most positive takeaway you had from being on the Seattle Surge for 2 years? I think it had to have been how to handle myself through adversity as a competitor, because up to that point, I had won every single season that I had played. So I was like kind of used to it, and it was kind of like not like the term I think I'm going to use here is second nature, but it wasn't really like that. Not the way that term is used traditionally. I just never had thought about it like having mental adversity or being on a team where like kind of was hopeless a little bit. So I definitely think the positive takeaway from that was learning how to deal with myself and like how to battle out of a situation like that mentally, because COD is a lot of mental warfare, no pun intended. And I really didn't understand that prior to being on Seattle, because I had a decent amount of success before then. So finding myself in those situations where I was contemplating retirement a handful of times, just like not even wanting to get on and play. So just being able to like battle out of that was huge for me personally, not even just like a Call of Duty thing, more of just like a mental health thing. And that's a whole other conversation though, but definitely nothing to do with COD whatsoever is my answer there for sure. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll definitely refilm one. I think when the season starts, we'll do another Q&A, because I think a lot of these answers with regards to like retirement and stuff, I think that they will change over due time. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a fantastic rest of your day.